Hey, what's going on, people? It's Guns for Hire from Next Gen Tactics, and if you haven't been following this game, you might want to start following it now, and that's Fear 3. Now, I used to play games like this. I used to play Resident Evil, and I used to play Silent Hill. And I loved them. I love the fear in it. I love the horror aspects, and especially when you're playing alone and it's at night, and you really get into it. I mean, don't just rush through it, but try and get into it like a movie. It can really freak you out, and you have a lot of fun. That's the whole point of these types of games. And I'm going to give you a link to a video that sort of discusses the music and visual aspects that they've added into Fear 3. And it talks about them, it shows them, and I think they've done a brilliant job of making, what Resident Evil used to be, and Silent Hill used to bring as well. And I think it's a great amalgamation with a first-person shooter and bringing those aspects in there. And of course, there's a lot of horror-type games out there, but this is sort of bringing that sort of first-person shooter-type experience and amalgamating it with a horror film-type experience. And I think they've done a brilliant job. Just from the cutscenes I've seen alone in this related video, it truly would bring you in the sense of like fear. And the music and everything sort of coinciding with the actual visuals, and especially if you follow it. I mean, you've got to play this game. The best way to experience it really is to sit down and dedicate like 2 to 3 hours to play. Because when you're playing for 2 to 3 hours and you zone out everything else, that's when you get into the game. You know what I mean? Play at night, turn the lights out, and friggin' play this game and just friggin' zone in. I guarantee you you're going to friggin' like it. I definitely would love to try this. And what I would really like to do is that it's actually also co-op. They have this, Divergent co-op mode. So, fans of the Fear games, Fear 1 and Fear 2, will probably love this. I think this is an amazing aspect of it. If you're playing with a buddy, but you got to make sure you don't play with some guy that's, going to be like, oh, whatever, game's alright, let's just go here, and it's not really getting into it. You want to make sure you play with someone who's equally excited to play this as well. So this online co-op, I believe it's online, yes, anyway, the co-op, the Divergent co-op mode, basically, you're brothers. You're the one, the main point man, and then you've got your evil brother who has crazy kinetic, is it kinetic powers? Anyway, yes, it's kinetic powers. I'm just wondering if I'm using the right terminology here. I'm like psychokinetic, more. Anyway, he's got powers. But the thing is that if one of you dies, the other dies as well. You're dependent on each other. It's like you're linked. And I think that's what they mean by this Divergent, this co-op Divergent. But it's cool. I would love to have played a game like Silent Hill where it was co-op. And the nice thing is it's first person. So I find first person experiences to sort of put me in there a little bit more. It's like you're in the eyes of the actual person rather than doing a third person, which is what you see with Silent Hill type games. So, and believe me, I'm a huge fan of Silent Hill as well. But I think they've almost gone too far with the Resident Evil games. I'm not knocking them at all. I'm not saying they're bad, but I mean we've already come to learn to expect them, and I think they've almost it's just like boom, here's a whole bunch of ghouls. There they are. Go get them. Whereas this game, Fear 3, if you look at it, it's like there's nothing around and all of a sudden something sprints across your screen and you're like, what the hell? And then you hear it scraping or something behind you. And especially if you have surround, these sort of games freak you out. And you want that experience. And I think Fear 3 is going to bring it. So if you haven't seen it, click on the link in the description, take a look at Fear 3. But I think if you've got a buddy that you're looking to play a game that's going to be fun and really get into it and have some good moments where you kind of go, holy crap, and spill your water, your pop, or your beer, or your whiskey, or your margarita with a little umbrella on it, all over your place, then this is the game you're going to want to play. I think I would like to play it, and I'll have to see if Spider-Bite or Meatwagon or Bentley are going to want to play this with me. But I'd like to do this and do a playthrough, and then you can watch me fail again and go, Guns, man, you got to friggin' read the instructions. I don't want to. I want to fail and have some ghouls gnaw on my face. And you can hear me freak out, because if it's recorded live, I guarantee you, when I get into these games, I usually always try and friggin' zone in. So you're going to hear me scream like a little girl. What could be more entertaining than to see myself scream like a little, ah, my God. You know what I mean? Anyway, check it out. Take a look at the trailer. I'm curious to know if you're going to be following this, if this is something that you're going to get. I think it looks actually interesting, and I definitely think I might give it a shot. Anyway, I'm Guns for Hire. Those are just my opinions. Peace. Thousands of movies and TV shows stream directly from your PS3, Xbox 360, Wii, or PC computer. Click on the link in the description of the video for your free 1-month trial membership, courtesy of Next Gen Tactics.